Right guys, hello, so I should say it's Gav, welcome to one of my videos. So I've just had to reshoot it again. Archie was making some noise. That's my pup, or dog, 12 years old. I got to show you this Sergeant. These are Perry miniatures, as you know, 40mm metal figures for wargaming or collecting. This Sergeant was the last of the four to... he didn't get his own video in the end. The problem we've got at the moment is, and I apologise if there's any poor lighting, is we've got building work going on over the back. They're putting some type of extension on the roof, and I've got a feeling it's going to go on for a couple of months. And every time I'm thinking about just about to shoot a video, out comes the nail guns and everything. So I apologise if the lighting isn't brilliant. So this is our Sergeant. Giving a bit of dirt, giving him the white trousers. Buff slings in that with and strapping with these guys. 52nd. Got his water canteen. They also had buff collars, and on the inside as well, buff. Oh, you can't really see it there, but there's a bit of buff in there as well. So lovely figure. I was glad to do it. As I say, the only drawback is Sergeant's stripes are upside down. No idea what. Well, obviously it was a bad day in the office, but I can't see how I could have stuffed that up. I really can't. This arm's already in place. You've only got to stick that one on. So I can only think that it was just a mistake on their part. I can't get a great edge to it. The problem is as well, the edging on all these Sergeant's tapes, as we used to call them rather than stripes, they've normally got like an outside edge to them of the facing colour of the regiment, and it doesn't particularly show up white on like a buff. You can see on the sling there. But yeah, I covered them in putty and just had to try and rescribe them as best I can. But under the light they probably don't show up. There'll be a load of photographs at the end. I will be putting these all up hopefully on eBay this weekend. And if they do sell, I can get some more, and we can have some more fun painting these guys, because they have been a lot of fun. They're that step up in size. You know, if you fancy doing a larger figure, but you don't want to do a 54mm, which is really the, I suppose, the starting size for display figures. These don't take a lot of room up in your cabinet. You can do a different, a different type of base. You could mount them on a larger piece of display wood, but obviously, because I've got to try and sell these, I've got to make them so that somebody, if they want to game them, they can do so. So yeah, that's about all I can really say on that. He's got his sash on, obviously, as a sergeant. Put him with some dried up, like a dried up stream or riverbed or whatever. And that's the high point. So I didn't want to stick him up higher like we've done with the Swiss guy. So that's all four of them. Quick flash up to the camera again in case nobody's ever seen them. French. What did I say, guys? Oh no, I'll put the regiment up. I just can't think right now. But yeah, French voltigeur. Another French voltigeur, but from a Swiss regiment. Now I've slightly changed the red on this guy than I've done on the more brick colour on this guy, and to be fair, they were all using the same vegetable dyes in that, and plant-based dyes most of the time, and doubtful that we all tend to paint Swiss with or French red. It's almost like just to make it look a bit different, but in reality there probably wouldn't have been much difference. So we've got our Swiss voltigeur in French service, and obviously I've built him up on his own little rocky outcrop. And then everybody likes to see a 95th rifle, or 60th, but obviously this guy's 95th. Just very enjoyable figures. Usual. Was there as much cleanup as they are on the 28? So as I say, it's always a bugbear for me, the amount of cleanup you do have to do with a lot of the Perry metal figures, just with the casting. It's not the sculpting, it's just blooming castings aren't always brilliant. But I don't believe I did with these. definitely no more than normal, and probably less, to be honest with you. So there's our 4 figures, 2 Brits, and well, obviously we're going to try and introduce. The only way I'll really afford to do some more is if I sell these. I mean, they're not massively expensive to buy from Perry's. They're £5 each plus postage. And as I say, you know, just if you fancy going up a scale, maybe you like Napoleonic figures, your eyes aren't as good as they used to be, or your hands are slightly more shaky. They're a decent size. They only do the Peninsular at the moment, although I'm sure you could use them for other places. Yeah, I think they're a really nice range. You do some mounted figures as well. So as I say, if I do manage to sell these on, I will get some more, and I'll probably round it up and get another 4 infantry figures, and maybe a mounted figure as well, just so we can have a look at that scale. So yeah, load of photographs at the end. I think I've used them as the ones for, you know, obviously I'm going to put on eBay. So I just thought it would be best to get this video up while it's quiet in the house, apart from Archie whinging in the background because he can't come in, and these guys doing their roof. They finally quit for the day. So coming up, I mean, you wouldn't believe this desk. I've had to clear. It's taken me ages just to clear everything out of the way. We've got 28mm French 8th Hussars from Perry Plastics. Finally getting around to making a real start on those. I've still got my 18mm Prussians undercover, but they need to get done. I've got them in the next few days. I need to hit on a base size. I want to put those on. These are for my own collection, and get those done. So you should see those. I've got some epic Brits to show you that are going also up on eBay this weekend. But I'll take the photographs, and I'll do a video for that over the weekend. I happen to have one unit, because I've been buying the Brits as sprues rather than out of their own box. I've got every time I buy a sprue, obviously you get a stand of 95th rifles as well. So I've already painted and almost based one lot, and I've gone through and painted all the others I've got. So I've got a unit of 95th that will be completed in the week. Because I'd almost completed those, I decided, well, I've got some epic Confederates from obviously the Gettysburg or whatever box. So well, they were half painted. I thought I might as well get those done. So I've only got a couple more units of those to do, because I just do all that type of stuff in the background when I fancy doing them. I've got a Roman general. No, not in 2mm. Come on. A 28mm Roman general from Warlord, I believe. No, it wasn't Warlord. It was, what's the other one? Victrix. I think it might be Victrix plastic. Yeah, the Victrix, I believe. Again, I just bought a sprue of those. Somebody was selling off 3 Roman general sprues, and I thought, oh, why not? I've had those filled and everything. The horses only did a bit of filling. And it never got any farther than that. So finally getting around to doing him in non-metallic metal. He's almost done, just working on the flesh and finish the horse off, and that'll be one Roman out of the way. But I'll show that when the time comes. I've made a lance, finally. Sounds more impressive than it is really, but as most of it was already done. But I've made a metal lance for the FX 54mm Lancer. I shall hopefully get some paint on that either today or tonight or tomorrow. So we'll have I'm debating. I probably won't show him until because I've got to mount him on the horse. Mount him on the horse, put the lance on. I'm still going to make a loop for the lance to go around his wrist, but I can't do that till he's actually on. The lance is stuck in his hand. And I've decided not to go with the base that I made, because I thought it was just way too big, and I just ain't got the room for it. So I'm just going to hang the expense. Well, I'll either make my own wooden block, but I've enjoyed it so much, I'll probably buy from my plinth guy, buy the plinths off and get a wooden plinth for him. So we'll be looking at him. I've got the Type 21 scratch built 1 in 700 /600 HMS Avenger Type 21 frigate. I'm going to start working on her tonight because I've not done that for a couple of nights. Although there won't be a video for that until I've got a bit further forward, but just keeping the frame, that things are still going on. I've really got to get that Jeep done. Nigel was good enough to do that video for me, so I need to get the Jeep done. So get that done some stage this week coming, because what else can go wrong with it? And I've also the wife said, please don't buy any more kits, and I said, well look, if I see any figures, you know, obviously wargaming scale, I tend to buy and sell those. I mean, as in paint them up and sell. That's how I make a bit of money for extra to come into our house. The AB figures in 18mm, they, if I do see any on eBay, which is extremely rare because people just want top, I might as well just go to the manufacturer and get them straight from Eureka UK is the word I was after. But I said, if I see any figures or any ships, without going absolutely crazy on the ships, because I just don't build enough to get. Well, I won't go into it now. It's a video in itself. But I bought another ship. It's slightly bigger than the ones I've been buying. But I got it at a knockdown price off eBay. You know, put a bid on that I wasn't expecting to win, and I did. Luckily, that arrived today, and she's at work. And it's a big box, and it's just about slid behind one of my cupboards. Good job she's going on holiday for back to Australia for a few weeks. I don't think I can make it though and build it and everything and go ta-da in time. Never mind. I'm rambling, aren't I, for what's supposed to be a Perry Miniatures video. So yeah, we've got those. So if you enjoy Napoleonics on this channel, after a bit of a slow burn, they're back on steroids, I suppose, really, between Epic, Perry. What I will be doing, it depends how much money I glean from my sales. I may well buy a regiment of Perry metals, or I might have to wait and get the money if I sell these Hussars. But you know me, it's going to take me blooming till about January to get them done. So we'll see. But there'll be more Napoleonic figures coming up, plus some more ABs that I want to start getting into and painting. Also 15mm, that 15mm Nashorn stroke Hornice, the other way around. I'll be sending off for a little MDF building from War Bases for that. Just been waiting I was going to say waiting for some funds, and I've just flogged them on a ship. But I'll be getting that because I've got under half German half track to do, get a couple of figures, and because that was really enjoyable, and I do want to get them to that as well. It's not much, is it? Oh, when I get when I send off to War Bases, I'll get some more of them 2mm figures. I'll get some more British tribes, and I might just get a stand of Romans just to show you what the Romans look like. Well, they're going to be little dots, aren't they? But they're going to be dots in proper little squares. None of your higgledy-piggledy British tribes will, oh no, these will be in regimented squares. That's how you'll tell them. Maybe they might be all red as well. Right, look after yourselves. Plenty of videos coming up. As I say, I'm going to have to dodge through the noise. I can see that going on for months. It is what it is, isn't it? We've just got to get on with it. So the videos will come and go depending on light conditions and all that good stuff. So next one up though will probably be that model ship I've bought, because I don't think I'm going to have the Lancer up enough ready to show you any more on that. But he's getting done because I'd like him to get done, because I want to crack on with one of those Hysterex Agents kits that I was sent by JC. So yeah, JC, one of them at least is going to be built before Christmas, we hope. Look how long this Lancer's taken. Right, waffle, Gav. Look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other soon on another video.